Hello, ladies and gentlemen, 'tis I, the Jabbering Magpie, bringing you a spot more of Berliner action. That's right, it's Shadowrun Dragonfall. So, if you don't remember from last time, we had to return to Altug, as we just tinkered about with some free Wi-Fi for people, essentially. Let's see how it is. Altug smiles at you from behind the counter. Welcome back, Honored Effendim. How may I serve you? Yeah, I've finished with your little trifle, Herr Ragazzi. Ah, very good. I assume you had no difficulties? No. One of the taps had been modified a bit, though. Someone was using it as a surveillance device. He laughs. Of course they were. I would be surprised if they weren't. This is Berlin, after all. In the flux everyone spies. If you do not spy, how will you know who is in power, and who will be in power next? If you are to stay here, Effendim, you must get used to it. Who enters the Turkish bath will sweat, as my uncle Taidemer always said. Nevertheless, I shall have one of my people look into it. Right, there's more. I listened in on the tap and heard something. It might be important. He eyes you closely, amused. Oh, tell me, O listener at keyholes. What did you hear on this surveillance tap you found? I couldn't make out much. A nasal woman and a high-pitched man. They seemed pleased Monica was out of the picture. The Turk's face falls. News travels fast in Berlin. Those two are known to me. Is there more? The woman got a call. She talked about a council meeting tonight, decided if they should make a move. Then she was drowned out by heavy machinery. He nods grimly. Most excellent. It is indeed fortuitous that you discovered this information, though it is not unexpected. I will have one of my people attend this council meeting and report back. I'm very interested in this, so let me know what happens. With that out of the way, let us return to our pressing business. He barks a stream of rapid-fire Turkish, and the gum-chewing young woman comes hurrying out to the counter. The menu for Herr Amsel, uncle. Cammy hands you a folded piece of paper inside a memory stick. Please extend my consolations to him. The death of Fraulein Schaefer must have hit him hard. Burrett Gatsy gives Cammy a small nod, and she hurries out of the room. When she is gone, he returns his attention to you. Please express my condolences as well. I only just heard the news. Monica was an important part of this community. He frowns. Few know how important. The memory stick Cammy just handed you should contain all the information Herr Amsel requires from our chef in the field. Should you require my services in the future, you know where to find me. Until then, good day. Let's see if he says anything more. No, just killing time. See ya, Altug. Alright, that's done and dusted. Let's make our way back to safe house. Shit, I've forgotten what accents I'm supposed to do for people. Oh god, this is gonna be just complete and utter chaos. Never mind, just shout at me repeatedly if I get the wrong accent. Well, Glory's no longer fucking staring at a mirror. Oh, hey there, Dietrich. Nothing to say. I'll talk to you later. Never mind, let's talk to Paul. Mags. Amsel peers at you apprehensively. His eyes are bloodshot, his expression grim. Did you get the information about Green Winters? Yeah, I spoke to Altug. He gave me this memory stick. Let us see what his agent has to say. Amsel snatches the memory stick from your hand and slots it into his computer terminal. He navigates a series of command line menus and a wall of amber text floods the screen. Amsel scans it, mouthing the words as his eyes flip back and forth. Bergatzi's agent tailed Green Winters to a hotel in the cesspool of a Kietz called the Drogenkipper. The hotel is called Das Kesselhaus. It is a renovated factory nestled deep in the heart of Drogenkipper. It appears that Winters is holed up there. Recently there was some contention between the two gangs over control of his neighborhood. Due to gang violence, the agent refused to follow Winters inside of the hotel, but he confirms that he's still inside. Well, what are we waiting for? Iger slings her rifle over her shoulder with a single spare motion. Gear up, people, we have a hotel to raid. Gloria and Dietrich pause, exchange looks at Paul. Just a moment, Iger. Amsel rises from his chair, brings himself to full height. Even so, he has to crane his neck to look at her in the eye. You're an excellent soldier, and nobody questions your competence in the field. Your loyalty to this team is equally commendable. That said, we believe that Mags is the right choice to lead the team. There is a long pause before Iger speaks. When she does, her voice comes out dull and flat. What? Don't mistake this decision for a reprimand. Monica considered your contributions to the team to be invaluable. But we all know she wasn't comfortable with putting a soldier in charge. Iger speaks through clenched teeth. Her words are measured, but his expression is livid. This is unbelievable. You want to put Rocky in charge again? She shakes her head. Don't you people learn from your mistakes? Mags is the reason we're still alive, Iger. He kept us together. He led us out of there in one piece. Making him your golden boy. She sounds tired, resigned, but above all disappointed. This is more of your flux state idiocy at work, isn't it? Dietrich reaches out, puts his hand on her shoulder. It's what Monica believed in. Iger's voice tightens for a moment. Her control slips and her face contorts into grief. Yeah, and look where that got her. She straightens to her full height. Let me give you a piece of advice. In the field, only two things matter. The mission and survival. Everything else is a distraction. Your ridiculous politics have no place in a Shadowrun. Dietrich manages a smile. What can I say? We're German. We have a history of strong political views. Iger sighs. The tone of resignation returns to her voice. Screw it. Let's put an end to this. I've got the skills and experience to lead this team. Mags, on the other hand, was appointed by Monica as a joke. If you'd rather he take the lead, I'll abide by that. But I want to hear each of you say it. I've got no quarrel with you, Iger. I'll just do as the group wishes. You stay out of this. She stabs an armoured finger into your chest, hard. For a moment she raises her hand to you. Dante's ears lay back and he lets out a low growl. Reflexively she takes a half step back. I think we heard what Dante has to say. As for my part, Mags saved our lives back there. You may not believe it, but he did. The way I see it, that means I follow his lead for a while longer. Glory's voice is uncharacteristically gentle. I trust in Monica's judgment. Therefore, I trust in Mags's judgment. The discussion is finished, Iger. Amsel speaks softly, but his tone is firm. Mags will take Monica's place as leader of his team. I'll do whatever it takes to keep this team and Monica's legacy alive. That includes taking your advice, Iger. Iger gives a small nod. That's big of you. She looks from Dietrich to Glory to Amsel, finally down to Dante, and she sighs. I don't agree with this decision, but I will respect it. She nods again, more decisively this time. Mags takes the lead then. Conversation closed. It's time to move on. We need to focus on chasing down Green Winters. Indeed, I have transferred the information that we received from Outlook to a computer terminal in the next room. It used to be Monica's personal workstation, Mags, now it's yours. Monica kept a variety of notes and dossiers on the machine. I suggest reviewing her notes when you have the time. Amsel turns his attention away from you and back to his computer screen. Good hunting. I will eagerly await your return. I wouldn't suggest driving to Dragonkeeper. The roads aren't safe. Taking the U-Bahn would be faster anyway. Alright, Thanks for the tip. Ubarn it is, then. Iger nods, then turns to check equipment. The rest of the group disappears in turn. You now command a team of Shadowrunners. When travelling to team missions and locations, you'll be able to choose which members of your team to bring and modify the loadout for run. When members of your team become permanently incapacitated on mission, they'll be automatically extracted for emergency medical care. They will be patched up and ready for action next time you return to your safe house. Avoid this loss of firepower by always carrying some Bumona trauma kits into the field. These can be purchased at the Street Dogs office in Kreuzbazaar. Alright, so it's a bit more open-ended this time. I like that. Let's see what the mission control says. Your workstation and mission computer, the command center for your team's operations. Your last link to a memory of Monica Schaefer. Her thoughts and words live on this machine as at times it's easy to forget that she's gone. You have 0 unread messages. Let's check anyway. Read old messages. Vid. Hello, Ace. The screen flickers to life. Monica's face appears. Her hands are on her hips and she's wearing a wry smile. Hey, Ace. If you're reading this, it means that I've either died or stepped down. Hopefully the latter, but probably the former. Not many Shadowrunners make it to retirement age. In any case, I'm sure that you'll have done a fine job in the role. If you need anything, talk to Paul. He's a good man. And he knows how important it is to me that you take my place. One last thing, Ace. Iger might cause you some problems. In fact, I think it's a fair bet that she already has. Just remember, she brings something to this team that nobody else does. You'll want her on your side. My advice to you is this: hold your own with her. If she pushes you, push back. Don't try to butter her up with flattery, she'll see right through it. Most of all, do what you can to earn her respect. She'll never be satisfied following you if you don't give her a better reason than because Monica said so. I have faith in you, Ace. It's up to you to justify that faith. She half turns away from the camera, then returns her attention to you, the image uncannily lifelike. Oh, and by the way, Ace, if you botch this, I'm coming back and haunting your ass. I mean that. Well, there's some good tips on how to do with Monica. What's on the Shadowlands BBS? Welcome to Shadowlands. Search BBS for relevant keywords. Fred, killer in Seattle. Anyone else reading about this? City's got a Lone Star contract and they can't catch the guy. This Emerald City Ripper has been on a spree and so far no one has a clue. Pathetic. If something like this happened on my block, some vigilantes would have tracked him down and stopped him. Shows how good state payroll cops are. Yeah, already did that. Who says it's a he? They don't have any leads. I'll be in Seattle next week. Forward any info you have about this Ripper. And I'll see about taking him out for a date with my Wolfer MA2100. I'm sure Lone Star will have a fat reward waiting for whoever blasts this goon. Fred, who is Blutz? I think that's the name. I'm still recovering the logs. This hot dog had just trashed my LAN Trid hosting server. Sounds like some kid pissed over his cartoons getting cancelled. Left a bunch of garbage files all over my disks, and I'll be cleaning them up all day. They should make you pass a dumbass test before you're allowed to deck in this town. Step up your security. Write some white IC programs if you can. At least make the kid's hair stand on end for a few hours next time he tries it. Just make sure that your IC is quick. Heavy hitting IC is no good if you can't catch up with an intruder. A fact that I take advantage of on a regular basis. Always running, eh? Like clockwork. If you two are finished, I did have IC on this thing. Tracked the hole down. Grocery store across the street was piggybacking on my LAN and they left an unsecured jack point in a bathroom stall. Old as hell, maintenance jack in a fuse box, and my security ignored it. Mystery solved. Shadowland isn't your personal tech support board, Lumens. Good to see you fix your own problem. Only way you're gonna learn. No more posts. Let's see if we can sell this pay data we have. Attach data to escrow account. Data will be automatically sold to highest bidder. Both parties will remain anonymous throughout transaction. Post the antiquities delivery schedule. Post successful. Team personnel files. Amsel. Image of Monica appears on the screen. Paul, a talented and well-connected fixer with contracts all over Berlin. She pauses for a moment. He's more to me than that, of course, but that's neither here nor there. Well, that was informative. Dietrich. Dietrich, one of my dearest friends and a shaman of tremendous power. A good man to have at your side in a fight. I tend to use Dietrich in a support role. His magic can dramatically bolster the combat effectiveness of a frontline fighter like Eiger or Glory. But when the chips are down, he's more than capable of dishing out punishment on his own. Can't think of much else to say about Dietrich. Just a good, reliable guy. She pauses for a moment. When she speaks again, you can hear a glint of guilt in her voice. He is getting a little long in the tooth for a Shadowrunner. Not sure how many more years he has ahead of him in this game, but I'll be happy to run with him as long as he's able. We'll see, I suppose. Glory? Glory, our damaged enigma. I've known her for almost 5 years now, but I don't think that I'll ever really know her. Somehow I doubt anyone will. On an operational level, Glory's solid. The chrome of hers may be old, but it gets the job done. We've seen her take a troll apart with her hand razors, and when her adrenal pump is running, she moves faster than anyone I've ever seen. On top of that, Glory's a competent field medic. I don't know where she learned medicine, yet another question mark, but she's patched me up at least a dozen times. Between the skills of a medkit and Dietrich's magic, we haven't had much trouble with serious injuries. And in our line of work, that is a luxury. Monica pauses for a moment, then shrugs. That's really all that I know about Glory. She keeps to herself, barely talks, and spends most of her off time staring at nothing. I've seen this kind of behavior before. Of course, something bad has happened in her past. Deep down, I think she's still running from it, and I'm sure that cyberware ties into it somehow. I don't know, maybe another day she'll open up to me. I'd like to think that she will. We'll see, I suppose. Oh, that's Glory. We just read that one. My bad. Eiger. Eiger. What to say about Eiger? She's smart, she's strong, and she's one hell of a soldier. In a close-up fight, I've seen her take apart an entire security team with her shotgun. She's even more dangerous at range. It's a handy thing having a trained sniper on the team. All in all, we'll enjoy one hell of an advantage thanks to her. Unfortunately, there are some disadvantages too. All of her military training has left her, how to say it, rigid, I suppose. Unlike the others, Eiger wasn't content to go with the flow. She wants lists and maps and timetables. She wants hierarchy. She wants things formalized. I don't think that she realizes, but giving her what she wants would destroy this team. Gloria and Dietrich couldn't put up with it more than a day or two. I know that I wouldn't, but she keeps on pushing all the same. Monica shakes her head. One of these days this situation is going to come to a head. I just hope that it doesn't happen soon. And me. Mags, my secret weapon. I've run enough with Mags to know that he's trustworthy. Good in a fight too, but beyond all that, it's just good to see him again. There aren't many people left from the old days. Far too few. And Mags, she smiles. Well, he was always the best of them. She takes a deep breath and shakes her head with a sigh. God, that was sappy. Mental note, re-record this before Mags gets a chance to see it. At any rate, if anything happens to me, it's good to know that he'll be on hand to fill my shoes. It's not what Eiger would want, but it would be what's best for the team. Okay, so she definitely knew she was going to die sometime soon. What's in the jobs directory? Pending, nada. Review notes, nothing. All done up. Oh, this is really speech heavy compared to the previous one. Let's talk to Dietrich. Nothing to say. Eiger. Oh, best of times. It was the worst of times. Mags, you should probably get ready for your trip to Dr. Kesselhaus. Time is short. Got a question about Kreuz Bazaar. Where can I sell the pay data? Check for Shadowlands BBS on the main computer. Monica, she used a bidding service there to sell valuable data. Tell me more about other people in Kreuz Bazaar. Very well. Where do I begin? Samuel Beckenbauer is a good man. Perhaps a bit xenophobic, but this is to be expected. He stands up for the rights of goblinoid races. The orcs and the trolls, yes? Then they have been more vilified and victimized than any other metahuman breeds. What is important is that he's a leader and a healer, and that he helps people. In the Soykaff shop you will find Jan Goldschmidt. I tell you that you will find him there because he never seems to leave the place. Every time I go for coffee he's there sipping on Soykaff. Beyond that I can't say what I think of the man. He's a jovial sack of fat. Perhaps if you speak to him you can learn something more. Where can I stock up? Never mind. Never mind. Nothing really especially important there, it's just directions, and we are going so fucking speech heavy on this one. Don't really want to miss anything though. Right, out we fucking pop. What else do we have to do? I've got authentic Turkish coffee. My nav map is reading down here. So, through we go to Maritzerplatz, U-Bahn. No, I guess here. Okay, assemble team and travel to Das Kesselhaus Hotel to search for Green Winters. Oh, it didn't seem to like that. Oh wait, here we go, we have life. Or do we? Oh, not sure what happened there. The Drug Pit. Das Kesselhaus Hotel and Nightclub, crown jewel of the Drogenkippe. The filthiest kits in Berlin. Opening the door to the ground-level dance club is like bashing your head into a wall of sound. Flashing light stabs you in the eyes. The air is perfumed with cheek, synthahol, and engine grease. Everything here is cranked up to 11. A playground for the numb. Green Winters is somewhere in this building. You steel yourself for a sensory assault and step inside. The team make a quick check of weapons and follow you into Das Kesselhaus. Awesome, we're going clubbing. Though I can't really imagine that Eiger is much for the clubbing scene. Never mind. We can... I'm not really much for a clubbing scene. Do you reckon they will have any Willie Nelson? I like Willie Nelson. You know, you can't beat Willie Nelson. Alright. So... equipment I possess. Fuck all. There's Dietrich, there's Eiger, she's got a shotty and a sniper. Gloria, heavy pistol, and a pair of razor blades for fists. Can't go wrong with razor blade fists. That's Kesselhaus, club and hotel, last known location of Monica's client, Green Winters. And I believe that is a nice place to leave it, folks. Well, thank you very much. I will just end it on this sexy gentleman dancing away. Yes, sir, you shake it, you gorgeous bastard. Oh, there's a touch of the ladies, and here's one for the gentleman. Oh, she's got more clothes on. Never mind, we'll go back to him. Got to finish off with nudity. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed that, folks. But for now, tatty bye.